dead man on a quiet beach. No identity, no cause of death. And in his pocket, a cryptic message that simply read, "It is finished." More than 70 years later, the world still doesn't know who he was or why he died. It was the morning of December 1st, 1948, at Somerton Beach, near Adelaide, Australia. A passerby noticed something strange. A man in a suit was slumped against the seawall. At first, he looked asleep. Neatly dressed, legs crossed, polished shoes, freshly shaved. But as the tide crept closer, it became clear the man wasn't sleeping. He was dead. Police arrived. No signs of struggle, no blood, no bruises. His pockets were neatly arranged. A half-smoked cigarette rested on his collar. He looked like a man who had simply stopped existing. Authorities quickly noticed something strange. Every label had been cut out of his clothing. No wallet, no ID, nothing to reveal his name. His fingerprints were sent across the world, but no match. His dental records, no match. Australia, the UK, the US. Nobody claimed him. The man was a ghost in plain sight. The autopsy raised more questions. His body was perfectly healthy, strong heart, no injuries, no poison detected. Yet doctors believed it was killed by some rare, untraceable poison, a chemical that left no residue in his blood, something that could kill and vanish. The coroner gave his report. Death by unknown cause, unknown cause, unknown man, unknown story. Weeks later, investigators searched his clothing again and found a tiny rolled-up piece of paper hidden in a secret pocket. It contained just 2 words, written in Persian script. Tamam shud. Translation: It is finished. The slip came from a rare book, the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, a collection of ancient Persian poetry about fate and death. But how did a dead man on a beach end up with this haunting final message? Soon after, a man came forward. He said someone had tossed a book into his parked car weeks earlier. It was a copy of the Rubaiyat, and the last page had been torn out. That missing page matched the slip of paper in the Somerton man's pocket. Inside the book were strange handwritten codes, 5 lines of random letters that looked like a cipher. To this day, code breakers and intelligence agencies have tried to solve it, but it remains unbroken. There was also a phone number. It belonged to a local nurse. Police went to the nurse, known as Justin. When shown the dead man's face, she turned pale. She nearly fainted, but she denied knowing him. Later, it was revealed she had given a copy of the Rubaiyat to a soldier years earlier. Some believed that soldier and the Somerton man were linked, but the nurse took her secret to the grave. She never explained why she reacted so strongly. The 1940s was the peak of the Cold War. Adelaide was a hub for secret military research. Was the Somerton man a spy? The untraceable poison, the secret code, the erased identity, everything pointed to espionage. Some say he was a Soviet agent, silenced after a failed mission. Others claim he was a British spy, killed by enemies. But without proof, it was just speculation. In June 1949, the man was buried in Adelaide's West Terrace Cemetery. His tombstone reads, "Here lies the unknown man who was found at Somerton Beach." Flowers have appeared at his grave for years, placed by someone unknown. Over the decades, DNA tests and new leads have emerged. Some researchers claim to identify him as Carl Webb, an Australian engineer and dancer who went missing. But even with a name, the biggest questions remain. Why was he on that beach? Who left the code? What was finished? More than 70 years later, the The Somerton man remains one of the most chilling unsolved mysteries in history. Was he a spy, a lover, a fugitive, or something else entirely? Maybe someday, the last line of his story will finally be revealed. Until then, the words in his pocket remain haunting. Tamam shud. It is finished.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe our channel for more interesting stories.